Interventions are never easy, and I do recommend interventions for anyone out there that has a friend that has a problem and you want to get that problem taken care of. I do recommend an intervention to help because interventions will do the job. This is when you sit someone down and you tell them how they're affecting your life and how they need to clean up their ways. That's what an intervention is for. All right?
Yes, sir.
So we are going to do an intervention for someone on this program
That needs it very bad.
So are we gathering everybody up? Where is everybody?
They're right out here.
Everybody's going to come in and they're going to tell this person. Jimmy and RTQ, you guys ready to do this intervention?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're ready. Whatever
Allison,
we can do to
are you
help
ready?
out, Ray.
I am ready.
Are you ready for the intervention?
Yes.
All right.
And people do interventions because they care.
That's right.
Yep.
You do intervention because you want to help the person that has the problem. All right. Jim, do you want to start it?
I can start it, yeah.
Did you
I'd be glad to.
That's a good idea.
Jimmy, you want to start the intervention? Go right ahead.
Okay, now, who's intervening? I mean, you know.
You don't even know the person that's getting you don't even then let Mikey
Being
start
intervened upon.
it. Yes, you better let Mikey start.
This is a bad start.
You mind, Jim? I'll start.
No, go ahead. I'll jump in after.
Well, today's the my second day back, Ray, since we've
Right.
kind of start doing your things your way.
That's
We're doing
right.
the show, changing
That's
the show
right.
around a little
Damn
bit.
right.
Welcome Sean back as well. And my second day in, I've realized a problem for the second day now.
Mm-hmm.
And don't really want to say anything. You don't want to hurt people's feelings, but
Right.
you know, when you're friends with people and you're with them every day and there's a problem, you need to get it out in the open. And
That's what interventions do, right?
Jim smells like somebody took a dump on him. He's the stinkingest
What?
man I've ever met in my entire life. He's right. You walk in the door and it stinks, and then everyone else goes outside. And when you stand by everyone else, the smell's gone. And then you walk back in this room, and he's the only one here. And it's Jim. He stinks
Yeah.
to high heaven.
Jimmy, you've got a funky smell, and you've had it. You've had it for like about a month now. RTQ, am I lying?
No, Ray, I'm telling you, when we go outside, take our breaks, and Jimmy comes in here and runs the board, the smell never goes away. And like Mikey said, everybody outside, you look around, you talk, you don't smell nothing.
Well,
You
it's
come
windy
right back
outside.
in here, and what do you smell?
Yes. Jim, do you wash your crotch?
Yeah.
And do you own
That's
a
where
scrub brush?
that's where I do my best washing.
Do you wash your armpits?
Yeah. I just don't really use
Allison, go
deodorant.
right ahead.
It's very offensive and almost disrespectful to the rest of us because, your lack of care for hygiene affects our working relationship.
Did you notice the other day, Jim, when we had that big meeting, and it was Sean's first meeting on the show?
Yeah.
That Allison and Superfan and Tommy, that they all sat away from you.
As possible.
And the only person who sat near you was Sean, who didn't know better. Did
Yeah.
you realize that?
I know Sean sitting next to me.
But didn't you realize that? Did you realize halfway through the meeting that he started moving away from you?
I did notice that, but I just thought it was.
Phone Scooter Tommy, you have something you want to say in this intervention?
Well, sometimes it's really hard to, explain to people when something like that's happening. But the production studio is so small. I'd rather spend time in the bathroom after one of the guys from the AM studio has been in there to take a dump and to let Jim in there to help me out.
Yeah. So Jimmy, the thing is, you haven't always been like this. Before you didn't stink,
No.
but now you stink. I mean, you do. You stink.
Well, I ran out of deodorant.
Smells like apple.
We all know this. There's a deodorant shortage. It's gone up to $15 a freaking bar. It's because of the
No,
problems in the Middle East.
I just haven't been
yes,
shopping.
there's an
to get more.
embargo.
Sean's right. Deodorant only costs
Yeah.
like $1.59.
What about soap?
Yeah.
Yeah, they put a syntax on deodorant.
I mean, come on. You didn't stink until like a month ago, and now you reek. It's horrible.
I ran out of deodorant.
A month ago?
Yeah.
And you haven't
Oh
bought
my
deodorant in a month? Can I ask you this, Jimmy? You've gained so much weight. Is it impossible for you to wash your ass now, or what? Because
Or wipe it even.
yes, because you stink.
Does the utensil you use, Jimmy, have any bristles on it?
For God's sakes,
I use one of those little scrubbers.
you stink. You stink miserably right now.
You must be using the toilet brush instead of
And
the
you know what
scrubber.
you do every day? Do you know, Jimmy? Do you notice that no one goes to lunch with you anymore? No one likes to hang out with you that much, like anymore.
Marvin doesn't mind.
Wow, that's a whole other intervention there.
He ruins
Marvin has never
his
complained.
entire social life. No one gets near him. No one eats lunch with him. All over $1.30 bar of deodorant.
That's it. And the kind of weekends he has, brushing his teeth would do wonders.
Yes.
Last Friday at the concert, he stunk like hell.
Oh
It's
my
horrible.
God. Yes.
Horrible.
At the Tesla concert, at the Rock 106 Christmas party in Peoria, you smelled so bad. And I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to embarrass you, but I'm like, Tommy goes to me and he goes, we've got to do something because he's out of control. And then Mikey goes to me today and goes, I'm back 2 days. And if we don't do something to Jim, he's just going to embarrass the show. He's going to hurt the show because he's going to be out in public stinking like that. And people are going to go, I'm not going to listen to that show that has the stinky little gay guy on it.
Even Marvin behind his back said
I
he
know,
stinks.
even Marvin. You know what?
Bodine told me yesterday. That
There you go.
Yeah, Bodie actually did say that yesterday. He was in the hallway.
Yes.
He goes, the first time I'd seen Bodine Ray, and I bet 6 months. And he came up to me, he goes, Mike, how you doing? He shook my hand. He goes, you're going to be proud of me. I go, why? He goes, I took a shower. He goes, that's a lot more than I could say for Jim.
Yes.
And then I walk in here and I about fell over. It was
Even
so bad.
Bodine thinks you stink. And Marvin, I wish Marvin would call right now because Marvin, even though he hangs out with you,
Yeah.
dude, every time you leave the studio, he comes back and says, my God.
Now, I have noticed that, like, when we go to commercials and everything, everybody leaves the studio.
Yes, Jim, you stink. You stink. So, like when they do regular drug interventions and stuff, they like kidnap the person and put them in rehab.
They do?
Yes.
Oh, I don't want to go to rehab.
You're not going to rehab, but
Oh, good.
you're going to be kidnapped right now by RDQ and Tommy
What?
and Mikey, and they're going to take your ass out. They're going to scrub you down because you stink.
Well, right out here by this window, we're going to get him.
I
You
just,
stink.
I'll go out and buy deodorant today. I
You
promise.
are going to get washed. No,
No,
you
right
need to be
now.
washed. I think it's more than just not wearing deodorant. I think that you have a problem.
No, it's just deodorant, right?
Your fermundas are all something.
No, I'll even use
Jesus
deodorant
out
down
there.
there.
No, Jimmy, I'm telling you, you stink. You stink. You smell like dirty crotch, dirty ass, and
Sock
dirty
and ass.
armpits,
Smells
and
like-
dirty socks. You
It does. It
stink.
smells like sock and ass.
When's the last time you did your laundry, Jimmy?
When is the last time?
Same time he bought deodorant.
Yeah.
Right before Halloween.
You have not done laundry since your clothes stink.
I was ready for him to say right before Thanksgiving, and he goes back even a month.
Oh my God.
Oh well, I mean, like, look at these pants. They're still.
Grab him and take him out and wash. RDQ, just grab him.
Halloween 90s.
Just grab him. Grab him. Tommy, grab him. Grab him and just take him.
Let's go. Come on.
Make sure you guys scrub yourself after touching it.
Oh, my.
There they go. I got to go to commercial. I'm serious. And I'm sorry, listeners. We had to do it on the air, but I can tell you right now, 1-877-777-57-4. I bet there's people at the Rock 106 Christmas party. They're going to say the damn thing. Because he smelled like a garbage can.
He's gone, and even his chair stinks.
Yes. I'm serious. He's had a lot of problem here in the last month. Oh, fond memories.
Hey kids, what time is it?
The alarm clock screams and there's a cat butt in my face. I don't want to get up, face the human race. I take a shower, I take a pee, I drink some coffee, watch some TV. But nothing seems to keep my eyes open. Nothing seems to get my blood flowing. Called up a friend of mine and asked what lights a fire under your behind. He says he spells relief, R-A-Y-L-Y-T-L-E. Have no fear, the gang's all is so clean out your ears for the morning disaster. They got gas and brass and testes and rock and roll piled up to the rafters. They're really immature and there's no cure, but they'll be your favorite broadcasters. And it's Ray Lytle's morning disaster. And it's Ray Lytle's morning disaster. I took my friend's advice to heart. I bought myself an FM radio. Now every weekday starts with a visit from the morning disaster show. And now I spell relief, R-A-Y-L-Y-T-L-E. Have no fear, the gang's all here, so clean out your ears for the morning disaster. They got gas and breast and testes and rock and roll piled up to the rafters. They're really immature, but there's no cure, but they'll be your favorite podcasters. And it's Ray Lytle's morning disaster. And it's Ray Lytle's morning disaster.
It is Ray Lytle's morning disaster. I am Ray Lytle. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, you guys are fabulous. The ones who wake up every day and you come in to check out the show. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here. We are live again. It's 10 minutes after 8 o'clock on a Thursday morning. This is the last free show of the week. The next two are paid shows this week. So this is your last free show this week. And congratulations to America's favorite listener, Fat420, who was the first person in the chat room again today. Again, a wonderful listener and member of the show, Fat420, being the first person to get in the chat room today.
Has he paid for a scholarship yet?
No, he hasn't. No, but Steve is paying for his scholarship.
God,
He's letting someone else pay for his scholarship. Yeah, but still,
he's almost as cheap as Jim.
So he'll be able to listen to the show tomorrow. He'll get his scholarship fee to the show tomorrow morning. So he'll be joining us and and able to listen.
Wow.
He was first, by the way, and then immediately after being the first one in, he started saying "F you losers" to everybody else. Diane, and Steve, and Summer, and Bubba, and Cindy, and all the wonderful people who came in right around the same time. By the way, this is literally he beat Diane by 7 seconds today. 7 seconds, and yet somehow he's given the right. And this is how it works. The person who finishes first is the winner. Everyone else is a loser. I'm sorry. Then Karen, Pete, Stice, everybody else is coming in afterwards. I'm sorry. But Fat420 is the winner today.
Well, maybe there is something to this stomping a turd down the shower drain. It makes you a little faster. I don't know.
I'm just saying that he was first again. At least he's freshly showered. You see
Except
him
his feet.
You're saying when he gets out of the shower, even though he just took a shower, everyone is afraid to touch his feet.
Wouldn't you be?
Even though he just got out of the shower, people are like, oh, I'm not going to touch those feet.
Would you want to touch those feet?
No, no, but still.
There you go.
I mean, I imagine if you're stomping turds down a drain, I mean, the shower has water. You know what I mean?
Something tells me that Fat 420 is not that thorough about washing his feet after stomping on a turd.
I don't know how you wash your feet after you turd stomp. I've
Well,
never.
I don't
certainly.
either. I would
I
think
have-
that you've got to get in there with a brush between the toes and everything, though.
I have certainly never stomped on any turds in the shower. By the
Coming up
way,
next month is Fat 420's waffle stomping fans.
yeah, I mean, Fat 420 did admit to shitting and stomping on turds in the shower, and ever since then, people have turned on him. I mean, I thought it was very brave of him. I thought it was very brave of him to admit something that a lot of people don't, but he did.
You know what, though, Ray?
What?
He was first all week this week after the holiday.
Yeah.
On the free show, I think maybe he earned a set of tickets to the baseball game to the party lot.
Dude, I want to give him tickets just so he can sit next to me. Are you kidding?
All right, he's got him. Look it, he got him for being first in the chat room on the free show all week.
You know how angry? Do you know how angry that's gonna make some people? They're gonna be like, you gave free tickets to the waffle to the shower shitter,
so they could step it up and beat him next week.
Yeah, I'd love it. I'd love it if he got tickets. That's fantastic. And by the way, he just says he has a scrub brush. He has a scrub brush in his shower that he uses to clean his feet. After
Formerly a toilet brush.
Yeah. That's a good move, actually. You know what I mean?
The toilet brush?
No, I'm saying that, you know, he probably has a scrub brush and he soaps it up, and then after stomping all the shit down the drain, the last thing he does is scrub his feet. It's a pretty good move.
Ugh.
And then rinses off the soap and everything, and then you know, because my fear would be slipping, you know what I mean? Getting soap on
How would you explain that to an EMT? What happened? How'd you fall in the shower? I slipped on a turd.
I would probably keep that to myself. I mean,
Right?
I would not be sharing such information, but that's just me. Yeah. But he says he scrubs his feet. That's how he gets away with, or that's how he cleans his feet after stomping. He does.
I hope it's with a toilet brush.
He does some scrubbing. So stomping and scrubbing. And he has a slip mat in his shower that also, the slip mat probably also has a.
Oh, the slip mat's got turd residue on it. Oh, come on.
That's what I was thinking.
I got
You know-
a slip mat in my shower. It's brown.
You know that slip mat has had all kinds of stuff on it.
It'll be
Oh
smelling
my
hot in the shower while he's at it. Lift the leg, light the
Oh,
take it
God
dump.
damn. Oh my God. Do you take lots of fiber, Fat 420? How does it, you know? I just wonder. By the way, I did tell you I started taking a Metamucil, you know,
Yeah,
or
you said
whatever,
something the other day.
whatever it's called. There's like a Walmart Walmucil or Walgreens Metamucil or something. It's a cheaper version. So, but do you know the actual serving size of this Metamucil? The actual serving size is like 5 tablets, like 4 times a day.
Wow.
You're supposed to take 20 tablets a day. There's no way. I take like 4 tablets a day. But
Oh,
the
forget that.
the actual serving size is like 5 tablets 4 times a day. That's what you're actually supposed to take. Which I always thought this for old people, but I'm telling you, yeah, you feel better. everything comes out, you know.
So you
And
now you're getting the regular dump it.
well, yeah, I've never had a problem dumping. I'm just giving everybody. I'm saying you feel better after you take this stuff. I know it's crazy, but it does. You do feel better. And it was somebody younger than me that told me about it, you know.
Really?
Yeah. So I always thought it was for like people in their 70s, you know. But no. It's there was somebody in their 40s that told me about it. And I was like, well, maybe I'll try some, and I'll be damned. I'll be damned. I feel better. Let me do some plugs. For starters, I want to plug Recon Text. They're doing well, just start thinking about the future. You know, Father's Day is coming up.
Are they
Maybe
doing
it's
all fathers?
no, I don't think they're going to be doing all fathers, but I think you know, for your dad, maybe it's time, you know, to get a Recon Text. You know, buy your dad something like a Recon Text, you know, gift card or gift certificate or something to get him over to Recon Text. I think it would make your dad a little happier. So there's a good suggestion. I'm saying get that Recon Text for your dad for
Well,
Father's Day.
I'm trying to get my dad set up with an appointment to take his truck and his fifth wheel camper that he just bought and get them both over to Recon to get the Tsunami put on it.
Yeah, I mean that's the stuff they do. Yeah.
I mean, that Tsunami flight shield on that brand new fifth wheel camper, man, that'd just make things so much easier for him.
Yeah, I'm telling you. They have on their Facebook page. They have video of them doing a plane.
Whoa!
I mean, Recon does everything. They do campers, planes.
They do semis.
Yeah, you name it. They do tow trucks. They do all that crap. So I'm just saying, get a gift certificate for your dad or something, and get him a nice Recon Text gift. And you know, and knowing Recon, they're probably going to be offering some kind of discount thing anyway for dads for Father's Day. I'm guessing.
You think we could pay Recon Text to go over and do Tsunami on Fat 420 shower?
I can see, I can see the guys hitting that with some kind of power hose. I would imagine.
Oh, yeah.
I would imagine there's probably some kind of scrubbing they could do.
Don't spray the pressure washer down the drain. You don't know what's going to come back up at you.
Well, I would. They could just cover Fat 420, you know, himself. Maybe not even get the shower. Maybe just get Fat 420 and bring him through. Oh my God, how funny. Also, Hendricks Home Furnishings. I want to talk about Hendricks. It's another Father's Day gift. When is Father's Day, by the way?
I
know
the
it's in
13th
June.
or the 20th.
I know it's in June, which is why I bring it up. But I'm just saying, Hendricks Home Furnishings, maybe look at some recliners or something for Dad. You know, if anybody's out there.
I've got a recliner that came from Hendricks, and I love it. Love it.
Yeah, swing on by, talk to Jeff or one of the fine salesmen there, and look over the collection. Or even though it's Father's Day, you know, get something for Dad and let him bring Mom out. You know what I mean? That's how you get something cool, you know. And let them get a piece of furniture.
Well, I
I've
know
never-
the one thing I'm not getting my dad is a lift chair.
I've never been a fan of furniture shopping. You know what I mean? It always seemed kind of boring to me until this last time I went last year. My wife and I went, and we actually went to Hendricks Home Furnishings, and we had such a good time. I'm serious. It was surprisingly fun. And I sat in a bunch of chairs. We laughed. We were joking, and I don't know. We just had a lot of fun. So I'm just saying that anybody out there wanting to do some furniture shopping, stop by Hendricks. I can guarantee you're going to have some fun. That's in Verdon. That is Hendricks Home Furnishings. They do fantastic. So I wanted to plug them to start the show. I want to plug them and Recontext to get the show started. All right, let me get into some of the coolest news I heard, which is there's a company that's concerned about us hitting our vaccination rate. And they want to make sure that we get to the 70%. They want to make sure we get to the 70% vaccination rate, which is what scientists said. If when we get to the 70%, that's when we can get herd immunity, you know? And the United States is moving up.
Well, I would hope so.
But we're not there, but we're only like 50% because there are too many adults that are scared, afraid. They're just afraid of the vaccination, which is crazy, by the way. But that's what's going on. And then there's one U.S. company. There's one U.S. company that announced that they will reward us if we can get to the 70%. All right. There's one U.S. company that said they will reward America if we get to the 70%.
It's a sex toy company, isn't it?
No, it's not a sex toy company.
Let's get ready for a summer like no other. Let's look forward to seeing friends and family again. Let's get excited to head back to the bars. Let's get ready for the greatest time in history to grab a beer. When we hit the White House's goal of 70% partially vaccinated, beer's on us. Let's grab a beer, America.
That's Anheuser-Busch.
I'll be damned.
Anheuser-Busch is saying,
Anheuser-Busch is saying we will get you drunk if we hit 70%.
they're saying free beers.
I'm good with free beer. All right.
They're saying free beers. When we get to 70%, if we hit the 70% by July 4th, the Budweiser company says free beers. How about that?
If you haven't been vaccinated now, then you either need to go on a date with Fat 420 or Sean Valent.
I mean, I hear these different states trying to do things to increase their numbers.
Right.
Did you see Ohio, I think, is doing a lottery?
Oh, really?
They're taking, every person I want to say it's Ohio. Maybe it's not Ohio. It might be Colorado's doing it too. If you live in these states, if you've had your vaccination, your name is getting put into a hopper. All right.
Okay.
Or if you get a vaccination, your name goes in. They're drawing one name, and that person's going to win like $1 million.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
That'd be. What would I do with $1 million? Oh, I think I'd throw it into this.
But I'll tell you, there are several states that are giving away. They're calling them lottery, or they're calling them vaccination lotteries. It's crazy. but they're trying to reward people who got the vaccination.
I mean, which is smart. You know, go for a reward side. Don't go for a punishment side, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I think
it's-
Krispy Kreme should step up and say whoever's been vaccinated, they're getting their name put in a lottery for free fresh donuts for life.
Well, I'm telling you, I mean, I haven't gotten my Krispy Kreme yet, but I have taken my vaccination card.
Yeah.
And I put it in the little laminate holder, the little plastic holder thing, you know what I mean? And I take it with me. I take it with me when I go. So just in case if I see some place that's giving away free stuff for vaccination card, I drive through and I use it. So I'll actually go to some place if I could use my vaccination card to get free things, which is crazy, I know, but that's what I'm doing.
You're chasing around for your reward.
Yeah.
Look, here's my vaccine card. Give me 3 Portillos.
There are people right now. Ohio had their first drawing.
Oh, did they?
They had the first drawings for the Ohio vaccine lottery. Abigail Bogetsky, a 22-year-old from suburban Cincinnati, won the $1 million jackpot.
Is she
and
cute?
And 14-year-old Joseph Costello got a 4-year free college scholarship.
Damn.
That was the first drawing of the state's Vax-A-Million program. Isn't that crazy?
That's nuts. I want to know
I'll
if the
be
millionaire
damned.
girl looks cute.
And she's 22, so she just looks young to me. But
Well, you know, I'm not worried about that. I just want to, you know, have her support me for the rest of my life.
well, I'm telling you, it's pretty cool. Like they signed up adults. More than 3 million people signed up to win the $1 million prize, and they also said parents of any kid from 12 to 17-year-old, whenever they get vaccinated, they can sign their kid up to get a full scholarship to any Ohio State college or university. So,
wow,
if your kid is interested in going to a state school in Ohio, they were giving away free scholarships. That's fantastic. Good for them. That's
Nothing
what
wrong
happened
with
in
a state school. I did it.
That was Ohio. By the way, Maryland, New York, Oregon, Colorado are starting vaccine lotteries. How about that?
Is Illinois?
They said Illinois, Governor Pritzker was asked, and he said yes, they're considering. They haven't done it yet, but he said yes, they're considering it. I'm telling you, that's fantastic. And by the way, vaccines have turned out to be even more effective in practice than initial trials suggested. As they're finding out that they when they created it, they said, well, when the people get the vaccine, it'll keep them from dying.
Right.
If they get COVID. However, they've realized in areas that have high vaccine rates, that nobody gets COVID, that there's just no COVID.
Explain Jacksonville.
Well, I don't know what Jacksonville's vaccine rate is. I have no idea, but it's kind of cool. I mean, I find the whole thing, I just find it startling, you know.
Now, did you hear about the study talking about people that did have already contracted COVID?
Yeah, I know that there's people who've been vaccinated that contracted COVID, and they say you don't have the symptoms and all that stuff. I know that Bill
They were
Bill
saying
Maher.
just the well, yeah, they were saying with right. They were saying with just having COVID previously, you're 81% protected from it to get it a second time. You get the vaccine on top of it, you just supercharged it.
Yeah. So it's pretty good. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool facts. But if Illinois did the lottery, dude, that would be so cool.
Here's our luck.
I'd have 3 chances.
Yeah, but here is our luck.
Yeah.
Illinois would do the lottery. They'd draw the name,
Yeah.
and it would be like Fat 420 or Hillbilly Joe
I would love it if they won it.
or Marvin.
Well, Fat 420 would at least buy a subscription to the show.
No, he wouldn't.
Yeah, he would. He'd have the money.
He promised to buy a subscription to the show.
Well, he had
with
to
a
pay
scholarship.
for medicine. He had to pay for medicine. I think if he won the lottery, he would at least buy. I think he would buy a few subscriptions to the show if he won the lottery. I mean, I would get to put my name in, my wife's name, and my daughter's name if they did the lottery. How about that? Huh?
Or Nikki would win it.
Yeah. Nikki wouldn't buy a subscription.
No.
She's very ungrateful. In fact,
Or-
I don't.
yeah.
I don't want Nikki to win it. I only.
Really? You only want people to win it that would benefit you.
I only want people to win it who would benefit me,
How selfish.
and I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced that Nikki
Would benefit you.
winning would benefit me in any way whatsoever. I'm saying most of our listeners, if they won, I think it would mean something for me, you know.
I love how you figured this out.
Yeah.
If the listeners win it, you are going to be rewarded.
Yeah.
For the listeners.
I think our listeners would either buy subscriptions, you know, and hand them out to people, or they would
like they buy you a house or something.
well, I don't know what they'd get, but you know, I think they would. I think, or they'd go to like one of our advertisers, like they go to Hendrix and buy some nice furniture. You know,
Yeah.
they do something like that, or they just give a big. They'd write a check over, you know, to the Morning Disaster itself. You know, like
Here, Ray, I won this $1 million. I went out and bought you a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom home.
like here, Ray, I want to donate. I won $1 million. I'm going to donate $10,000 to the Morning Disaster. I think something like that could happen. I'm not sure Nikki would do it though.
So you don't think Nikki would do it?
No,
You think she'd buy something for Mr. Hitachi?
I don't know. I don't think she'd. Yeah, I think it'd all be really selfish stuff, you know.
You don't think she'd at least buy dinner for everybody?
No, I don't.
No?
No. I
Or
don't
maybe
think she
give
would.
you a convertible?
Like, I think if you won, I think you would do something nice. I think Nick would do something nice. You know what I mean?
Well, what if Jason won?
Jason would definitely do something nice. Yeah.
I mean, Jason's got like 5 kids, though.
Yeah, but he would still do something nice. He's very giving. Very giving. But yet, I don't think Nikki would do anything. I think Nikki would be very selfish.
What if Rocky won it?
Rocky would be very selfish as well. Rocky would buy a big "fuck you" sign and hang it on his front porch. That's what Rocky and Terry would buy something that taunts other people, and then they would fly.
Rocky and Terry would buy the custom Ray Lytle's Morning Disaster porta potty.
Yeah, no, they would buy a giant "fuck you" sign and then hire like a plane company to fly it over the areas. That's what I think. You know, I'm telling you. But
Well, I would hope if Fat 420 won it, he would at least pay for a plumber to clean his drain out.
I'd buy a bigger shower if I were Fat 420.
One he could put a recliner in with a hole in the seat.
Yeah.
Like a poop while sitting in the recliner in the shower.
I'll tell you, I think Fat 420 would I think Fat 420 would be generous if he won it. I'm just saying. I'm going to call Nikki. I'm sure she's still sleeping, but
It's 8:45 in the morning.
yeah. I'm sure she's still sleeping. I mean, I wonder what time she goes to sleep.
I don't know.
And what in the world do you do with all your time? You know what I mean? To never sleep.
I know what I do with all my time.
Well, yeah, I'd try to get some sense of normalcy, in my schedule. I'm just saying it's not how Nikki lives.
It's kind of what scares me about retirement, because I'm so used to being extremely active, and I'm afraid I'm going to get really complacent. Then there'll be a tattoo of my recliner on my ass.
Yeah. But there's a bunch of fun stuff you could do. Just when I lost my job and started doing this show the day after, you know what I mean?
Right. Well, I'm not saying I'd stop doing the shows. I'm just saying, God,
yeah, but still,
a lot of time.
But because I'm doing this show, I still wake up and I still have a schedule. You know what I mean? I have to go to bed at a certain time. I have to wake up at a certain time. I was trying to call Nikki, and for some reason it wouldn't. It wouldn't connect for some reason.
Did you pay the phone bill?
Of course, of course the phone bill's covered. Yeah, yeah. But if Illinois did a lottery, I would be proud. I'd be proud to lose that lottery. You know what I mean?
But you would definitely not want Nikki to win it.
Yeah, but I would definitely root for Nikki to not win it. I would root for someone generous, My goal would be to somehow,
that
Well, first person I'd root for is myself.
Well, obviously.
Second would be my wife.
Obviously.
Because I think I'd get some of it if my wife won.
I don't think so.
Third would be my daughter. Although I'm not sure I'd get a lot of it if my daughter won. You know what I mean?
Think so.
I think yeah.
I think if your wife or daughter won it, they would take a vacation.
My mother, I'd root for my mom to get it.
You would root for your mom?
Yeah, I think my mom would be generous if she won. Yeah. I'd
Maybe
root for what?
Maybe to Bodine.
No, Bodine wouldn't give me anything. Bodine
no,
would.
I'm saying your mom would be generous to Bodine, but would probably forget you.
Yeah, probably. I'm saying if Bodine won, he wouldn't give me shit.
Goose would be generous.
Mm-hmm. Goose and Foon would be very generous if they won a lottery. They would definitely do something nice for me.
I love how you're going through this lottery. Who would be nice to me if they win it? I mean, talk about narcissistic. Here it is.
There's what's the subject on today's show, Ray? Well,
Today's show is how narcissistic. Ray really
I'm going to
is
go down a
really
list
nice
of
to
people.
me.
I'm going to go down a list of people and say who I'd want to win a lottery based on whether they would be nice to me or not. Yeah. That's what you get by tuning into this show. Yeah.
God. I mean, if Jimmy was alive, he would be generous.
Jimmy would be very generous. Jimmy would
Sarah
be generous. Mikey would be generous.
Mikey would be generous.
If Mikey won a lottery, he would,
Shaner.
Shaner would, yeah.
Sarah Jane.
Yes, I think Sarah Jane's generous. I mean,
Hillbilly Joe.
she's given herpes to a ton of people.
Wow, that's a great way to put the generosity.
You know what? I'm going to tell you something. I'll say something shocking about Hillbilly Joe. I'm going to say something shocking. You know what? I think Hillbilly Joe would be very generous if he won. You know what I mean? I think that he would be like on the surface, you know what I mean? He's exactly the kind of person you would think that would take the money and go fuck you to everybody. But I honestly, in my heart, I honestly feel like Hillbilly Joe would do something generous for me. I really do.
You know what? I'll throw you for a loop.
All right.
I honestly think he would, and that's only based on like all the charity work and stuff that he's done over the years.
Yeah.
I really think he'd be generous with it. And
I know that's shocking, but I really think he would be. Yeah.
Because underneath all of that beer and roaches and dirt and filth is a somewhat beating heart.
Yeah, I really think he would do something nice for me.
And swinging. I forgot.
Let me go through the somebody asked about Sean. Chris Stites wants to know, what about Sean? No, Sean wouldn't do shit for me.
Sean would be very generous to fast food restaurants.
No, Sean would be generous to strangers, but he wouldn't do shit for me. He would be generous to female TV personalities. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll give you $100,000 if you go on a date with me.
I think. Yeah, he wouldn't, but he wouldn't give shit to me.
I think Sean would at least buy you lunch. Finally.
Yeah. By the way, that's my proof. That's my proof that he would not be nice to me. Because there have been times in our lives where I'm unemployed or whatever, and he has gone to lunch and made me pay.
Oh, the last time you were unemployed for like a year.
So I'm saying there's no way that he would be generous to me. He might you know what, he would give a little bit to my wife, but it would be sort of a I don't want Ray to use any, you know what I mean? It would be really
a backhanded favor per se.
Yes. Yeah. But I think he'd be very selfish, you know. That's what I'm just saying. But people in the chat room, Adam would be very generous.
Okay.
Here's my proof. That time that Adam won the gambling bet. He won the bets.
He brought
And
over
he
the
went.
steak.
He bought me steaks. He bought me steaks and orange vanilla Coke, and he brought it by my house. So he's very generous.
Okay.
Fat 420. I said I thought Fat 420 would be generous.
He'd even be happy to come over and stomp a turd down your shower drain for you.
Yeah. I think I'm just looking at the list. Stice would be generous.
Okay. I think
Steve would
Kathy
be.
would.
Steve would be generous. Kathy would definitely be generous. Yeah. Steve would be generous.
Brent would hoard it.
Yeah, Brent would would buy a fuck you sign
Right.
and drive by my house.
Yellow Fury would do the same thing.
Yeah, he would definitely. Yep. Yeah, so I'm just going through the Diane. Diane would be generous.
Yeah.
Summer would be generous. Cindy would definitely be generous. I saw Cindy the other day. She would definitely be generous. Karen would be generous. Yeah.
Kelly.
Yes. I was just
Kelly would be generous.
saying most people would be generous. However, Pete would be generous, but there would have to be there'd have to be proof of some kind of
So you're saying Pete would be generous with a catch?
Yes. Pete would be generous, but it was like he would buy us a house or something. Like if he won a big lottery,
Yeah.
he would buy us a house or something, but it would be like this is yours. However, he would put in writing that Ray has to continue to lose weight to keep the house. You know what I mean? Or it was something like that.
See, I thought it would be more along the lines of, you can have this house, but Ray must eat a steak because it's blue.
Yeah. Bella would only have to date white people.
Oh, wow.
No, Pete would not do that. That was just a bad joke. No.
That's horrible.
Pete would never. Pete has no concern,
But I still think he'd make you eat a rare steak.
It's still, the thought of that would be funny. Oh my God.
All that steak needs on it is salt, pepper, and spear bark.
Yeah, Kelly would be generous. Of course, Kelly and I grew up in the same place. She grew up where I grew up, so generous people from there, Holly said, I think Holly would be generous. Yeah. Yeah. So for the most part, our listeners would be generous, I think.
Except Brent.
Except Brent. I don't think Pete. I don't think Pete liked the joke that I said.
Probably not.
No, I think he.
You know Pete for how many years?
Pete's one of my best friends, and I just love Pete. No, and I'm saying, of course he wouldn't do that. I just thought that would be funny. I was gonna say that about someone, but Pete was the guy who got the short stick, the short straw. Which, by the way, I think that if someone said something like that, you know what I mean? I'll get you a house, but you have to vote Republican, or you have to, or you can only date, or Bella can only date people of this race.
Yeah, I'd be like, fuck off.
Yeah, I don't think we'd accept, Like if it was something like they said, I'm going to get you a house, but you can only shit in the toilet. Well, we're going to do that anyway. So yeah.
I'm going to get you a house, but Fat
Yeah.
420 gets to break in your bathroom.
Yeah.
Then you'd be like, can I think about this?
I'm just saying that, there are some things that I wouldn't do, like I wouldn't. Bubba would get us all weed. I think Bubba would be generous.
That'd be a lot of weed.
Well, he for himself.
I think Bubba would buy you a house first, and then he'd spend the rest on weed.
Yeah, but I think that he would.
Maybe a new car for his Uber work.
Well, I don't think he'd do. If he won the lottery, he wouldn't do Uber work anymore.
Well, I mean, $1 million, you're going to run out of money sooner or later.
Yeah. Yeah.
He'd be doing Uber driving a Bentley. No, we'll wait for that guy over there.
I'll wait for the Bentley to give me a ride to the bar. Yeah. No, but I think most of our listeners and my friends and stuff would be generous if they were to win the lottery. Like I think you'd be generous if you won the lottery.
I mean, I get you guys a house.
I thought Nick would be generous.
Get you guys a house and set you up with enough to cover the taxes for a few years.
I just don't think Nikki. I just don't think Nikki would.
I think Nikki would be generous in the way of giving you like your very own Hitachi.
Yeah, that's not something I need.
Hey, here you go. You talk about it all the time. Now you have one.
I don't think she would be. I don't think she'd be very generous if she were to win the money. So the main thing that got us talking about this is the
lottery.
The state is thinking. Illinois is thinking of setting up this vaccine lottery.
Right.
So I'm saying, you guys who didn't get the vaccine, like
you're not in the running.
Like Bubba said that he hadn't gotten it yet and he wasn't planning on getting it. But would this? Am I wrong? For some reason, I thought maybe he didn't, but I just want to ask: would that make you get it if Illinois got the lottery? And they said, here's the deal. For people who are vaccinated, you sign up and you're now in this lottery. And the state of Illinois is going to randomly pick a winner that's going to win $1 million.
I think Bubba would sign up if it was free weed for life.
Well, I'm saying that, like, I've already gotten vaccinated, so I would be happy about this. I would definitely sign up.
Right.
I'm just saying, if you're not vaccinated, would this make you want to get the vaccine? Because we're trying to get to that 70%.
Right.
Because that's when scientists believe the herd immunity would kick in. But also, it's where we get that free Budweiser.
Hey, I'm all about free beer.
So I'm saying that the state of Illinois, if they did this, would you get your vaccine?
See, I've already got mine. So,
well, yeah, for us,
all of it. But I would think it would entice people to go ahead and do it because it's a good incentive.
Because that's the hope, is that it would somehow drive you, and that it would somehow drive you to get the vaccine. But it's mostly states with Democratic governors that are doing the lottery. However, there are some Republican governors that are doing it. You know,
I heard on the news when I was down in Texas that Greg Abbott is thinking about it.
I think those who already have should get to be in the lottery too. Yeah, of course. The people who have already gotten vaccinated, your name, you get to put your name in first. Here's how Ohio did it. Here's how Ohio did it. The people who've been vaccinated using their cards, they got to put their names in first. So they put all their names into, who would get vaccinated pile. And then people who showed up and got the shots, they automatically went in. So that's how it worked in Ohio.
You know what I think?
And what they did was they're doing several $1 million lotteries. So it only costs the state, it's going to cost the state like $20 million total.
I think that if you got vaccinated without an incentive, your name should go in twice.
Yeah, but that's not how they've done it in other places. But
and that's simply because you did what you were supposed to do before you had to be bribed.
Yeah.
But if you take a dump in the shower, that second entry comes back out.
And by the way, Bubba says no, so it wouldn't force you to get the vaccination, right, Bubba?
Really? What about free weed for life, Bubba?
I was kind of hoping Bubba would win because I thought he'd be generous with it. Yeah,
Bubba said he wouldn't enter it because if he got the money, he would feel obligated to be generous. That's what's going on there.
So he'd rather just be unvaccinated.
He'd rather be unvaccinated
Yeah.
than get the money and go, oh God, now Ray expects me to be generous.
Rather than win, he'd rather eliminate himself from even being considered for the prize.
I think he's thinking if he smokes enough weed that he's going to be like Keith Richards and live forever.
Maybe.
Because you know if the apocalypse happens, the only thing that's going to be left is Keith Richards and like 5 cockroaches. I think Bubba's trying to be sitting there smoking a cockroach with Keith Richards.
All I know is that even Hillbilly Joe got vaccinated.
Yeah, no kidding. Don't be a Bubba.
Yeah. I'm eating some blueberries.
Let's see that.
Yeah.
My way to Chicago.
I would think that the state of Illinois doing a lottery would be awesome.
I think it'd be smart. I mean, it promotes doing something that people should have been doing right away, but there's been so many people listening to the naysayers. They're like, oh, I'm not going to do it.
Well, I don't understand the naysayers. Pete's saying that having a Republican governor, he says, no lottery for me. He's got a Republican governor because he lives in Georgia. So they wouldn't even consider doing a lottery, you think?
Maybe they could do the free handies for life lottery in Georgia. I don't know.
Because doesn't Ohio have a Republican governor?
I thought so.
Or am I crazy? And they're the one making the news with the lottery.
Yeah, free truck stop hands for life in Georgia if you win the lottery. Go find your local Rex.
I definitely don't see Texas doing a lottery. I really don't.
Like I said, they're talking about it, but that's a big state to cover.
Yeah. And Texas is they're very proud to be, we're proud to be ridge state. You know what I mean? And for some reason, and I still don't understand it. For some reason, these vaccines have been political, which I don't even know how, I don't even know how that got political in the first place. But for some reason, politics has entered vaccines.
Politics is everywhere these days. And you know what? And it was Morgan Freeman that had the quote. And see if I can get it correct. He said, I don't see why we have to keep dividing up like we are. Why does it have to be, oh, you're white, I'm black, or I'm white, you're black, or you're Republican, I'm Democrat, or I'm Republican, you're Democrat. We're all just people. Let's wipe the labels off and just be people.
All I know is that if they do a lottery, I'm all about it.
Unless Nikki wins it.
I would be proud to be in this lottery.
Unless Nikki wins it.
Yeah, because then she's not going to, she'll do nothing generous for me.
You honestly believe that?
Yes.
I would think she'd at least buy you lunch.
I don't think Sean would do anything. I really don't think Sean would do anything nice for me.
No, Sean's too cheap and
yeah, he wouldn't do anything nice for me. I'm serious.
Searching for love in all the wrong whorehouses.
Yeah. I think he'd be very selfish.
I think Sean would show up. Sean would show up driving a brand new Mercedes SUV at your house, expecting you to buy the dinner. Oh well, you know, I would.
No, I think he would buy a really gaudy vehicle. I don't think he would,
Have you seen the Mercedes SUVs?
I'm just saying, I think Sean would get something. Like I would expect him to get, like I would think he would get like a new Mercedes.
Oh wait, no, it would be a new
or a
Mustang.
top line or like a Cadillac or something. But yet I could see him pulling up in like some kind of truck thing that he would, there's no reason for him to be driving.
It'd be a convertible Mustang filled up with garbage.
Yeah. He would get some kind
leave the top down in your driveway so the garbage would blow out of the car into your yard.
Yeah.
You would have the attack of the garbage car.
And no matter what he would it would be something that would, it'd backfire.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
I've got to master all the garbage car stuff.
Like if Sean won the lottery, he would do something that would backfire.
Oh, he'd put like $200,000 on a 20 to or 300 to 1 shot at the Kentucky Derby.
You know what he did is he bought AMC stock when it was really low, and now the AMC stock has gone crazy. Except if I'm not mistaken, when it first started going up,
yeah,
I think he sold it after that first, after he made his first 100 or whatever. I think he hurried up and sold it. Now it's gone up like 6 times or whatever, and he already got rid of his. So I'm saying, even when it's good news, it's not as good as it could be. So there's some kind of thing like that going on for Sean.
Wait, I know what Sean would do. He would give half of it to a stripper to talk the girl into marrying him.
All I know is he would not be generous. That's my prediction.
And then the other half would be just stupid crap.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just saying, if I were to win it, I would be generous. I would be generous. And that makes me feel good. You know what I mean? I could sleep soundly knowing
You were
in my
about to
heart.
say that you sleep with yourself. I was going to say, don't you do
No,
that every night anyway?
I'm saying that I sleep soundly knowing that if I were to win, I would be generous. You know? I honestly feel that way.
So then you would get Fat 420, a new shower.
Yeah. I'd hook him up.
There you go. You'd buy Sean a hooker.
Yeah. I'd hook him up. Absolutely.
I mean, I would set aside a certain amount where I'm going to give it to people who need it and help them out.
Yeah.
But the rest of it, I'd go right over to an investment broker and go, all right, make it work for me for the rest of my life.
Well, yeah, that's the smart thing to do. That's the smart thing you do.
I mean, that would be where I would go with it. Like,
Yeah, that'd be the sensible thing. I'm telling you. That would be my plan. But I've got my list going. I know who would, if the state did a vaccine lottery.
Yeah.
I've got it written down now. I know who would be generous and who would not be.
And the ones that would not be, they're the ones you're like, don't get it.
Yeah, I'm rooting for the ones who I know would be generous. And I see the ones who would be generous, you know.
Now what? I bet Brent's backpedaling now. No, Ray, I'd really be generous.
I appreciate the honesty. Like what Pete said, I'd spend most of it on booze and loose women. The rest I'd just waste. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate the honesty.
And blue steaks.
I figured he would at least give a little something to me. You know what I mean? Just a little something, right?
Maybe he'll send you some booze.
I don't drink. But I will. If we hit that 70% and Budweiser gives out that free beer.
Oh, game on.
I'd definitely take some of that. I'd be proud to drink. I would be proud to drink some of that because I helped earn it. You know what I mean?
Right?
I'd be one of the people who got the vaccine. I'd feel like I had earned.
I think they need to do a keg for every vaccinated household.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
That's a lot of beer for me, though.
I thought it was. I read that yesterday. And I was like, holy shit! They're gonna give out free beer. That's awesome. I don't know if this means everybody gets one can or what, but still, it's kind of cool. You know.
They brew so much that I think they should do a free keg for every vaccinated household.
All I know is it's kind of cool. Like I'll take whatever they're giving away.
I would take that free keg of beer and I would donate it to somebody just so we could have another morning disaster pool party.
Yeah. Haven't had one of those.
Somebody's got a pool. Go, hey, here's a free keg. Here's my free keg if you let us have the morning disaster pool party here.
Yep. I'll be damned.
Except Fat 420's house, because I don't want to know if there's a turd floating in the pool.
I'm sure he doesn't. I'm sure he doesn't poop in the pool.
I'm not. He poops in the shower.
I mean, for God's sakes.
Probably poops in the pool and waits for somebody to pull the Caddyshack thing. I think he would poop in the pool just to see the reaction, like on Caddyshack.
I would be rooting for Chamberlain and Nikki to not get it because I think that they would not be generous to me.
And Brent.
Yeah, I'm rooting for everyone else to get it, but not them. I think my mother would be generous. I really do. I think she would. I think she would give equal amounts to me and all my siblings, which bothers me a little bit.
Why would
You know
that
what I mean?
bother you?
Well, because I would think that you would somehow give varying amounts, even if mine is smaller than someone else's. You know what I mean?
What if she bases it off of how many grandkids that she's got from each kid?
Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, I would want something more like that than just equal shit. You know what I mean? Like I've never gotten an inheritance of anything. I've never inherited anything in my life. So I don't know how it works. But anybody out there, have you ever had a family member die and then
Wow, really?
you had to go through the will? Is there? I'd just like to talk to someone who, you know, who went through something where they were like, I thought I was a good son or whatever, and then when my parents died, as it turned out, I got less than my sister or something. I would love to hear. I would love to hear how people, you know, or I got more. I would love to hear how they deal with that.
I don't even have to guess. I know what my family's leaving me. My parents go, I know exactly what I'm getting. Nada.
Well, yeah, like, but I'm saying
My
that,
brother and sister will get the entire estate. I'm getting zero.
I'm just saying that, you know, my parents have nothing, so when they die, I'll get nothing. You know, but I'm just saying that I've never been involved in any kind of, you know.
I'm watching it with my dad right now because they're still working on the estate for my grandparents. And well, you know, my dad's the second of 8 kids, so that makes it even more of a pain, right? But they got to wait until the estate is settled, like everything is sold or everything's moved or everything's done the way it was supposed to be done according to the will, before the money side of it is split up. And then it's in the will, it's exactly how it's got to go.
Yeah.
I just redid my will recently, and that's a pain in the ass.
I've never had anybody in my family have anything. So my grandmother died recently, but one of my uncles is the one who handled that. And obviously I got nothing from her because, you know, there was nothing. I've never received anything from anyone's death. So I don't know how it works, but I'm saying a lottery is not death. I mean, it's you win the lottery and then you just determine who you're going to do things for. You know.
And with that lottery, you do not want Nikki or Sean.
Yeah, because I don't think they do anything. Like most lotteries, you got to buy a ticket. I don't buy a ticket, so I'm never going to win a lottery. But I actually got the vaccine, so I would be eligible. I would be eligible to put my name in to win that lottery if the state were to do it. You know.
What if that 420 won it and bought a house and said, "Well, I bought you a house, Ray, but I made sure that the shower drains are working right." Don't set the move in.
Yeah.
I mean, I even put the shower mats down before
You're
I
saying-
checked the shower
You're
drain.
saying Fat Fat when he says, "I won the lottery. I bought you a house, but you have to shit. You have to shit in the shower. If you don't
No,
shit in
I'm
the shower, you don't get anything."
No, I'm saying that he bought you the house, put the non-slip mats down, went into the shower and shit in them himself just to check it out, make sure it was good. And then waffle stop both showers.
You see, he would say, "I won. If I won the lottery, I would be allowed to come to your house whenever I want and take a shower at any time. Would you accept the house?"
No,
Yeah.
because I put a lot of money into my bathroom, dude. No way. No. You are not coming to my house and taking a dump in my shower that runs into my jacuzzi bathtub. No way.
I'll be damned. Oh well.
And if I ever catch Fat 420 taking a dump in my shower, it's going to be the last thing he ever does.
I'd want to videotape my shower.
You want to videotape your shower.
And then I want
You
to be
wanna
able to put it. I want to put it on German websites where I can make some money. So I'm sure there's got to be some sickos. There's got to be some sickos in this world that would pay for some video of.
You'd have it on your only boobs.
Of Fat 420 taking a dump in the shower. There's got to be some sickos who would want to watch that.
So you'd install web access in Fat 420's bathroom,
Yeah.
and every time he goes in there, it automatically clicks live so the German sickos can watch it.
I couldn't imagine what the perverts who would want to watch that look like. I could not even imagine. But
It
well.
probably worked out for Fat 420 like it did for Jim with the Jim cam.
Yeah.
Be like 8 gay dudes watching him take a dump in the shower.
Well, I hope. I mean, I'll tell you. I hope that Illinois does this lottery thing. That would be
That'd
very
be cool.
What are the smelliest states in America?
Mississippi.
The smelly. They did a study ranking the smelliest states in America. They based it on how dirty the air is, how many landfills there are,
Okay.
how many people have bad breath, how much
How many people waffle stomp-
how much BO you have to deal with,
How many people waffle stomp their shower?
and they came up with the smelliest and the least and the best smelling states.
Okay, so Jimmy was originally from Missouri, right?
Yes, he was born in Missouri.
Okay, I think Missouri is on that list based on this morning's pregame clip.
Yeah, Jimmy did have. There was a time there where Jimmy had. Jimmy did have an issue.
Well, dude, when we went over to the courthouse to do, Jimmy and I went over to the courthouse to try to get the gay marriage license.
Yeah.
Oh my God, man! I get over there. He's like, "Hey, just sit in the car. It's cold outside." So I climb in his car. It reeked of BO and weed.
Yeah. There was a time around 2000, 2001, 2002 where Jimmy really started smelling. He started smelling not too fresh. That's when that was from. So
The ones I used to hate, though, is when you're locked in the studio, you're doing a show, everything's going good, and then somebody, without letting you know, just drops that silent fart in the studio, and it wafts around and clears the whole studio out. Oh,
by
I
the
hate it.
way, what is the smelliest state? No one will guess it.
Illinois.
No. Illinois is number 26.
Okay. New
I mean,
York.
Illinois is not bad. Illinois 26. That's right in the middle.
Wait a
Nope.
minute. New Jersey.
No. I'm telling you, nobody's gonna get it. Nobody will
California.
guess. You know.
You said like landfills and air pollution and stuff. So California was one of the first ones to pop in mind.
By the way, the state they say is the stinkiest. I have been to it, and I'll tell you, I don't remember it being overly stinky. I don't remember it smelling bad.
Have you lived there or
I
just
did not.
been-
No, I did not live there. No, but it's one of those places it's one of those places that I would live. It seemed, I mean, that's my take on it. It seemed like a
Florida.
nice place. No,
Georgia.
Florida's number 3.
Florida's number really?
Yeah, and I would imagine there's a lot of BO in Florida.
Georgia.
No, Georgia, not Georgia. Georgia's number 15.
One of the places you would live.
Yeah, I don't think.
North Carolina?
No. No.
Certainly not Texas.
No. Texas has got a lot of space, a lot of air. You know what I mean? Texas
Yeah.
is 26. It just smells, it's just underneath Illinois. So it smells a little worse than Illinois. I've lived in both. I find them both to be pleasant smelling states. You know. Of course, I lived in Corpus Christi, so a lot of the year you're smelling the beach. You know.
Yeah, you get the sea air when you're there. That's great.
Yeah. So that wasn't that bad at all. But
Let me see. And when you get the wind coming off of the refineries as you're going into Corpus Christi, now that's a different smell.
yeah, that's the badness comes from the refineries.
I'm thinking here.
But
place
I
that
can't
you would-
I can't believe. By the way, the best smelling state
Yeah.
are the Dakotas.
Really?
Yeah,
Well,
North and
pine
South
forest
Dakota.
stuff?
North and South Dakota are the best smelling states. Followed by Wyoming, Idaho, and Wisconsin.
I disagree with Wisconsin. That smells like a cow's ass up there.
Yeah, but I'm saying that Wisconsin is
That's pretty stinky.
Wisconsin was
Especially
40.
in summertime.
Wisconsin was 46, which is number 5. The 5
Okay,
worst of the best smelling.
I disagree. This is rigged. I think
telling you.
everybody got drunk before they went and sniffed states. This is
I'm
rigged.
telling you. The stinkiest state, according to this list, is Maryland.
Really?
Yeah, which is shocking to me because I've been to Maryland and I thought it was a nice state, you know?
I forgot that you had gone to D.C. and then you came back down through Baltimore.
Yeah, it smelled pleasant to me. I like Baltimore a lot.
Baltimore's a pretty neat city, but there's still no way I could be an Orioles fan.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like something for Tyler's penis. As bad as that team is.
I could see myself being a Baltimore fan.
Do you see yourself being a Baltimore baseball fan?
Yeah, I do. I could. Yeah. Even when they were losing, remember 1987 when they lost like 30 games in a row or something?
Oh God, yeah.
There's a time. I mean, and Baltimore's pretty bad now.
Yeah.
But there was a time where they had lost like 30 some odd games in a row or something.
There's some basement dwellers there, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
That
And I
that's a
can't-
baseball team that I'm sure Tyler's penis roots for.
But I'm telling you, that's one of those teams I'd like to see get really good and win. You know, so I think it's a hell of a story.
Because they've won it since Cleveland has, right?
And Baltimore won in 19. When did they win? They won in the 70s, I think.
Right. And how many teams are left that still have not won a World Series? I can't remember that off the top of my head.
The Texas Rangers,
Oh, they could go ahead and keep not winning the World
the
Series.
Seattle Mariners. Seattle Mariners have never won a World Series.
That would be kind of cool to see them get it.
Texas Rangers have never won a World Series.
They can keep losing. I'm okay with that.
The Colorado Rockies have never won a World Series.
They're a relatively new club, though, kind of like the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Yeah, but Arizona has won a World Series,
Right.
as has the Miami Marlins.
Yeah, screw the Marlins.
I'm saying there are teams in baseball that have never won a championship. But yeah, so number one is Maryland, stinkiest state.
Wow.
Number two is California. See, California looks to me like it smells pleasant.
Dude, it's like L.A.
But I guess
have
there's a
you
lot of
been to LA?
smog. Yeah.
I mean, L.A. You've got to listen to the smog warning going into L.A. And
I've never been there. I've been offered the opportunity to go, and I've never gone, and I regret it now.
San Francisco is not much better than LA, but San Francisco's big problem now is like the sewage and stuff that's in the streets. That's really horrible.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah. They've been having a problem with that for the last couple of years.
No, I wouldn't. No. Sewage in the street is not anything I'd want to be around.
Garbage and
Florida's number 3, Delaware 4, Massachusetts 5, Alabama 6,
Okay, now we're getting into the common ones that you would think.
New Jersey 7, New York 8, Pennsylvania 9, and Mississippi as 10. Those are the worst smelling states.
All right, so let's see. I said California, Florida,
Yeah.
New York, Mississippi. There was another one there you said that
I've been to Florida, and I went to Florida, and I was at a place in Orlando, and it smelled like farts.
Dude, do you know why Florida smells so bad? It's the humidity. It's all that fall sweat.
It smelled like farts. The area I was at, it smelled like farts, and there was a bunch of people with mullets and
So
Just
Fat
dis-
420 would feel right at home.
yeah, really disturbing looking area.
Fat 420 would go in there and go, oh, it smells like my shower. I'm at home.
Could you live in Decatur? Decatur, I gotta be honest.
No.
Decatur seems kind of nice. Like,
No, Decatur's gone way downhill. I know a couple people that live in
I mean,
Decatur.
I'm just saying, looking for a place. I noticed that there's cheap real estate in Decatur.
There's a reason.
Yeah.
Decatur's got a really super high crime rate now. It's got a super high unemployment rate now. It's bad. It's really bad.
But I'm telling you, I bet, I know it doesn't smell that nice, but
No,
I bet if you live there for a while, you get used to the smell.
I don't want to live there long enough to get used to the smell. It's like Pekin.
I'm just saying, I've looked at stuff in Decatur. I've looked at stuff in Decatur, and it doesn't seem that bad. You know.
The only thing Decatur's really got going for it now is Milliken.
Good morning. You're on the Morning Disaster.
Yes, hello, Ray. Sean Gotti here.
Yes, hello.
How you doing?
I am well.
I'm glad to hear that. Hey, look, my thought on Decatur here. Stay away, bro. It is not good, man. Listen to I can't remember his name, but listen to him. It's not good. If you want to go anywhere towards Decatur, you gotta get on the other side of the lake towards Mount Zion. That's where it gets good.
Well, I mean, I just said I looked at real estate there and I noticed they had good prices. Now, I couldn't live. My wife works in Springfield, so we've got to live in Springfield. But I'm saying that I would consider Decatur. You know what I mean? I don't dislike the city, but
man, it's just there's just so much crime and the drugs. And it's like you said, it's going way downhill, man. Of course, I haven't been there for quite some time, but this has been 3 years ago since I've been there, so I can only imagine what it is today.
It's worse.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
I mean, I've got a
exactly
friend of mine that owns 2 houses over there, and he said almost every day he's finding stuff getting broke into. And both of them are not what you would call bad neighborhoods, but it's just, no, Decatur's just gone really downhill. Like Peoria. Peoria's gone downhill a lot.
When I lived in Peoria, I liked it. I liked Peoria.
I used to love Peoria.
Yeah.
Peoria, since
I liked living there.
Since they moved the engine assembly plant out of Mossville and they've cut back so much in East Peoria for Caterpillar, Peoria's really gone downhill. Neighborhoods I remember as a kid that were beautiful neighborhoods are just all slum now.
I'll be damned.
Oh, that's a damn shame. Yeah, I used to have a job that took me to Peoria every single day. I just loved it up there. That's disappointing to hearing. They've done so much to their downtown to rejuvenate it. That's just sad to hear.
With the warehouse district being brought back, Dozer Park downtown, they've done a lot, but it's still very, very high crime rate again. The drugs are all over the place. The hospitals reported last year that they have 12 to 14 deaths a day in Peoria due to drug overdose.
Terrible.
That's horrible. Wow, that's disappointing to hear, man.
I mean, I like Springfield, but I'm saying Decatur was always a nice place. Like when my band would play there, I always had fun.
I used to like going to Decatur when I was younger.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad when I was younger.
You could go party there and it was fun, but I mean, now I would. Some of the bands that the Pickles used to play at, or some of the places the Pickles used to play in Decatur, I wouldn't even step foot in now.
I'm just saying, you live in the middle of nowhere, TJ, and
you know what? I'm happy.
Very opinionated about these. Very opinionated about these populated areas.
Well, you better keep in mind
that I stay in the middle of nowhere.
I did live in Peoria up until a couple of years ago, if you remember correctly. And I watched Peoria just go further and further and further downhill, and it was just a matter of that's it. I want out of here.
Yeah, I don't know.
I remember when I traveled through. I can't remember what side of town it was, but it was the lower end of the neighborhoods. I used to travel through there. It was just like parts of East Springfield. Just you went through it and people were there, and then after you got out of it, it was all good. So you're saying it's grown from there as far as.
Pete says if you're going to give the state of Illinois an enema, you'd put the hose in Decatur.
Yes, you do.
Fat 420 says then Peoria is its crotch. I mean, come on.
Yeah, Peoria gets the powder and a good scrubbing, and you definitely put the hose in Decatur.
I don't know.
That's hilarious.
I'm just saying Decatur seems nice to me. But then again, I think Springfield's nice. And a lot of people think I'm crazy for,
Springfield's held up better over the years than some of the towns in Illinois. Like Rockford has gone downhill.
Yeah, I've never lived in Rockford. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah,
The
I've
Quad,
been there a couple of times myself.
the Quad Cities is kind of hit or miss.
Yeah, I noticed that last time I was up there too.
I don't
Since
know.
State Farm moved to Indiana, Bloomington has gone downhill a lot.
Wait, when did State Farm move to Indiana?
About 2 years ago. I mean, corporate headquarters
No shit.
is, yeah, they pulled corporate and corporate south, and the
Oh wow.
Oakland Street building, everything's been moved to Indiana.
Trying to get away from those high taxes, man. I
Well,
don't know
I
about
mean,
Indiana as far as taxes go, but
I'm sorry. I don't cry for people who don't like high taxes. You know.
you know these corporations are always trying to pinch a penny wherever the hell they
Yeah,
can.
I'm sorry. If you're that
we got-
fucking greedy, I don't root for you. I'm sorry.
I mean, we got high taxes down here in North Carolina too, but I mean, I ain't bitching about it. Hell with it. As long as they put my money to good use, I don't care what they
Yeah.
do with it.
Say taxes. A lot of taxes are put to good use.
See, down here we got to pay property taxes on all of our vehicles and whatever we own on wheels. But the roads are, you can see it reflected in the roads and the infrastructure of our
Yeah.
interstates.
Roads in North Carolina
I mean-
are super smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, I've found some that are questionable. I'm thinking, all right,
I mean,
can
listen,
you reallocate some of those funds over
all
here.
all I know is every city in America has good parts, bad parts, good people, bad people. That's every city.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
You know, and there's always someone who's going to call your town a shithole, and there's always someone who's going to say your town's the greatest place in the world. When reality is different, we know that. But I'm just saying, I've been to Maryland. I don't think it's the stinkiest state.
I wouldn't have never thought Maryland. I said
Yeah.
California. Of course, that was number 2.
Yeah, never.
Well, I said California and Florida, but Florida's got the fart smell because of the stinky balls, and
Florida smelled like a fart when I went.
And we were just down there 2 weeks ago. I didn't smell no stinking balls.
wait a minute. So when you went down there, it smelled like a fart. Were you near Spanky by chance when he was down there?
No.
Okay.
Well, that would make sense.
Yeah, I don't know. All I know is
That would definitely make sense.
I like where I live now in Springfield, although I have to move soon. I like I like Springfield. I love the it doesn't cost a lot for you. Like I lived in Chatham. I know what overpaying for utilities. I know what that's like, and I know it sucks.
Oh, yeah, they got you good over there, didn't they?
Yeah. Like people have
Where you
been
looking?
people have been sending me listings for homes in Chatham, and I'm like, no, I live there. I know how uncomfortable that is. No. You got to drive 20 minutes to go anywhere. No. But anyway,
you don't have nowhere to drive now. You're good to go.
well, I'm just saying that living in Springfield, it's 5 minutes, no matter where I want to
No,
go,
I
it's all
understand.
5 minutes away. So, but I got to wrap it up, guys. It's, I got to go work out. It's 9:40. Thank
care,
you.
man.
This is the last free show. Good to talk to you, Sean. This is
Absolutely, brother.
would
Take
you-
care, guys.
Would you be generous if you won the lottery?
Yeah, I'd help you. I'd help a few people. I'd help you out.
All right,
I'd give you a little bit of that.
That's
Yeah,
what
I don't know if you saw my comment though, but Sean told me he'd give me $1,000 if you won, because we got cool names,
Fucker.
Hey, Sean, if you did win the lottery, would you buy Ray a house, but then force him to move Fat 420 in with him?
Yeah. I want that live cam, that way everybody can see him waffle stomp that shit right down the drain.
Thank you, Sean.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime, man. I
That's
got
the
you
last thought anybody wants to have. Thank you, my friend. God,
there. Take care, guys. TJ, be safe.
Oh, I try.
All right, let's wrap it up. I want to thank you guys for listening. We're live tomorrow. It'll be free. Like the first 15 minutes will be free, but then you're going to need a subscription to hear the rest of the show. That is it for today. Thank you so much. You guys have a great rest of your Thursday. So long, everybody. TJ, drive safe. Bye.